episode. Are we 53? I think
53.
we're in episode 53. We've been moving so fast, boyos. We started a new season and didn't even notice. This is season 3 of the No Rantos podcast. You got your boy Kev. Anton's in the house. Shad's here. He's got sunglasses on. We have some great topics for you all. And we'll talk about some games we played this week. Anton, do us a favor and take us right on in to this week's topics, my boy.
Oh man, yeah, we got some good ones actually. Surprisingly, it was a short week. We got Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition blocked by UK regulators. God of War and Horizon TV series adaptations will be similar to HBO's The Last of Us. Nintendo will make a rare, surprising appearance at Gamescom 2023. Unrecord, an FPS that puts you in the body cam of a police officer, looks crazy. And then what is this? Lastly, 10 million and 25 to 30%. What's this? Oh, hold on. So I'm playing in my notes as I'm reading. I'm reading off the Telecom Live. And lastly, a Switch hacker ordered to pay 10 million and 25 to 30% of his income to Nintendo. So it's interesting.
I think Anton was messing with his own notes in real time, but
I didn't touch that at all.
I think, you know what, it was the ghosted. A Nintendo Switch hacker was ordered to pay 10 million and 25 to 30% of his income to Nintendo. Did you guys see this? If you did, cool. If you didn't, we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, Chad, you know what time it is, my brother. Take us into what did not make the pod this week.
Let's jump right in. All right, first one, we got Funko Pops are getting their own game. I'm a huge Funko guy. As you guys know, I've been in the auctions. Your boys got the Funko Pops. Super excited. Ghost of Tsushima 2 has been announced. That's going to be super awesome. That's my favorite all-time story game. And I think it's the most visually captivating. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Ubisoft apparently canceled the Splinter Cell Battle Royale. Nobody cares. If you like Ubisoft, and if you like games like Ubisoft, like not even Ubisoft. Ubisoft is fine. But if you played Splinter Cell, you're super whack. That game was hard. Dead Island 2 sold over 1 million copies in 3 days, which is super awesome. Microsoft is upset with Xbox's lack of first-party games, which, I mean, I think we all kind of are. Horizon 3 confirmed was by Guerrilla Games, so that's going to be awesome. We got a new Horizon game coming out. And then we get a Call of Duty board game allegedly in the works. I guess that's cool. I mean, I'm down to have that as like memorabilia. I won't really play it. And then I guess we got some footage from a new virtual esports stadium that is going completely viral. I don't have that up. Yeah, whatever that is.
What the fuck is that?
Lots of stuff that did not make the pod. Anything on there? Let me see. Nothing that, they all did not make the pod for good reason, I think is what I would say. Nothing crazy in there. I did play Splinter Cell, though. I'll put that out there. That game
shit. Was so hard, dude.
Very fucking hard. That was a hard game.
I was telling Anton, I just threw it away. Like, I remember that's one of the games I threw a controller. I just threw the controller down. I said, I'm done. This is I will not play. I'm not a peasant. And I moved on.
I was a Metal Gear Solid kid, as you guys know, so it felt like they felt really. Oh, I'm doing this. That's weird. They felt very close to me, very sneaky. And, I didn't have the box, but I do remember that damn he had the little 3 eyeballs. The Splinter Cell guy had with the little unicorn, just night vision. All right. Moving on. We got places to be and babies to take care of.
Oh no, that was Ghost Recon. No, I was confused in the two. I was like, wasn't Splinter Cell like with Ghost Recon? Those old games, but no.
When games used to be hard back in the day, remember SOCOM?
Yeah.
And then kids were like, this is too hard. I'll give my skins. Look at us old and cranky. Nah, I love it. I'm down. But SOCOM was hard as shit. I would just end up just crouching. Like I was like 7, so it was just a struggle for me to just stand up and crouch and then end up on the ground and you're just crawling over hills. That's all I know about SOCOM. I never figured out the game.
I like the rolling. I like that. That was like one of the first games that you could like actually like get prone and then like roll. You know
yeah, that's all I remember. That's like I was saying about Lara Croft. All I remember about Tomb Raider is that like first level with the Jaguar when you're like with the rocks and you just keep falling. I was like 7, dog. I don't know. I didn't make it off the demo. Your boy was twash. I didn't read things and had attention span. But moving on and right on into this week, we got some great stuff for you to start. Not unlike we always do. Boyos, what have you been playing this week? Shad, kick us off.
I got into Division 2. I didn't get regulated in Division 3. And then I was like, I'm gonna do it one more time. And I went 5 games undefeated. And on my 6th game, I was like, all right, let's go. And then what do you know? I'm Division 2 of FIFA, super stoked, one step closer to Division 1. So I've been playing that.
I thought you were talking about playing the Division 2, and I was very confused for that whole fucking time.
It took me a
Oh.
second, but yeah.
Oh, my
I was
bad.
like, wait, you played rounds of Division 2? How does that? That's how that game works? I was about to raise my hand, like, wait, is that what you guys are playing? And then we got into, you know what I mean? It all makes sense now.
Yeah, I've been
Shouts to
a FIFA boy like crazy, just because I got to get to Division 1. I have to.
I
have to.
Be the very best.
What about you guys? What have you guys been playing?
And Tom, what have you been on this week, my friend?
Oh man, a little bit of the same. I'm waiting for some new games to come out. Same old Forza, Call of Duty, here and there. Just still on the grind. I'm waiting for this new Star Wars game to come out. What was that, Friday actually? So
Oh, that's soon.
yeah. So
Okay.
I'm in an in between on that. I've been thinking about buying that and then watching a few streams on Dead Island too. So I think I might cop that too. Watch Doctor Disrespect stream on that today with Tim. I like the co-op aspect of it. It looks fun. So I don't know.
I feel like
I'm
I
waiting.
can't. I feel like I can't do that.
Hmm.
Just like that game, as soon as I buy it, everyone's gonna stop playing it. Like not just our friends, the whole world. I know how this works. The moment I buy the game, the whole world will stop playing.
It's written.
You do buy them a little late though, bro. And I never see
Give
you
me
on
one example of me buying a game late that's not Call of Duty this week. Nah, kid, I buy games mad late. You're right.
I was like, but I'm like, I don't ever see you on release night, man, at 9:00. But that's all good. But yeah, so I'm waiting on those. I'm on an in between on those, but yeah, just saying, I'm trying to get my camos, get all my gold skins, my polyatomics, just doing my thing here and there. I've been nerding out, man. I've been on the extra nerd out lately. I've been reading more than anything.
Let's go, my boy.
Star Wars Death Troopers. This boy getting into the lore.
Let's go. No, I love that. I love that. Dude, some of those books are really good. Some of those books are really, really good. I'm stoked. Oh, now I know what to get you for Christmas, bro.
Nah, come on, man.
It's in the head, dude.
We like a graphic novel in the house.
I'm using my imaginations, you know.
Bro, he's Anton Filoni, but in his head.
I'm gonna come up with a universe, bro. Just wait. I'm starting.
But you know what? You need something to do because watching the Premier League is not the thing for you. That's not what you're gonna go ahead and read some books. You know what I mean? Go ahead and pick out some. I don't know. Do release night video game. The Call of Duty board game might work for you. It's a long off season. Juventus got your points back.
I'm cool with that. We back in it, boy. I'm good.
No, I gotta enjoy this for just this afternoon, and then we'll move on because I'm not one to, you know what I mean? We're still set up for a disaster. I'm prepared for City to somehow bottle this, but that was a match. That was a match today. Haaland let out his Viking. He put his Viking hair out for the goal.
Uhtred. I was so tight, bro. I was like, I high key when he took his hair out, I was like, bro, I hate this fool so much. He's so sick.
It's so luxurious. He's like, let me go ahead and get this record. I'm on for the record. Go ahead. The nigga's hair looks so nice.
Just with the longest, nicest hair. Just lets it out in the 87th minute. Like, yeah, we won. Whatever. Oh, I got a goal.
The quality. I was like in a call and I could see his hair like on the TV over here. Like, oh shit. God.
Wow.
There's a flying Viking. All right, but I digress. This week I was playing, speaking of no new games coming out, NFL Rivals. Hello.
I know, I missed the plug on that.
Hello. It's all right. We're going to get to that a little bit later, but I'm hyped that the boils are in now. If you haven't played yet, you two, anybody, everybody, hop in NFL Rivals. The game is here. If you guys haven't got in yet, you never hear me talk about a mobile game. There's Shad. I work on a bunch of games and stuff like that. I never ask you guys to play them because you're either going to play them already or I'm like, it's whatever. This one I want you guys to check out, and I keep saying that. There he is. I keep saying that because I'm still so impressed that I like it. So we talked about it last week. It got even better. A couple more updates. Your boy packed an 86 Jalen Hurts this morning. I was hyped.
Same.
That's NFL Rivals talk for a really good card, and it's a player that I know. Because before that, I was rocking old Danny Dimes out here. But now I got Jalen Hurts, so I'm hyped that I got a really good card. He's my highest rated player that I've got. So now I'm out here. But really, and maybe I won't spend too long on it. I thought I would joke. I told you guys in the chat, I think you were in there. I told you all in the chat this week that I was trying to work on COD. Like I did. I finally caved or didn't cave. I saw COD was on sale for 35% off. So like $45, I think it was, on the other platform. So I thought, all right, this is my window. I said whenever it was on sale, based on the principle, I would go ahead and cop it and put it on the PlayStation. So I'd have Call of Duty in the house. Holy shit, was I not ready for the odyssey that I was about to kick off in terms of integrating, unintegrating, disintegrating, linking, unlinking, recovering, authenticating, resetting, verifying. Oh my goodness, y'all. So I think on the call I kept saying, or on the chat, I was like, honestly, I'm just not going to tell you guys. Like, it's so much I'm not going to tell you. I thought let me take a few moments to try and tell you what happened. So let's see if I can remember accurately. So I purchased Call of Duty on the PlayStation. So that now I've got what turns out to be, if I got this all straight, I've got two Call of Duty accounts for sure. One that had been opened on my PlayStation from old Call of Duty before I ever had a PC, and from whenever I played COD for real, like to 2020 or whatever. So that's some old account, I guess, that I had. Apparently, I have another Call of Duty account that I set up on my PC because I couldn't get into my old Call of Duty account. I have one Activision account. So one Activision account, two different Call of Duty accounts. You following? I didn't realize these were different things, but apparently they're different things. So I have to go in, and in order for me to get my guns and skins and shit, because I'm playing on the PlayStation with that old Call of Duty account, I want to get my new account that I've been playing on my PC linked to the PlayStation. So I go online, to unlink this account. Just getting the passwords was an odyssey in and of itself. I won't even start there. Two-factor authentication, different email addresses. My old Call of Duty account is linked to my like music management email, like my old independent, like a different email address. My Activision and then the Call of Duty account I wanted to unlink are linked to my personal email address, and my new Call of Duty account is linked to my current business email address. So at least 3 different email accounts are involved in this across these 5 different accounts or whatever. Yeah. And then I use my management email also for the PlayStation Store, which is also part of this, which we'll get to. So mad passwords, mad emails in here. If you guys are following, Jesus I'm impressed because I'm getting lost already. So I have to get through all these passwords and authentications to get in and figure out what to do. So I'm finally in my Call of Duty account, not the Activision account, the Call of Duty account that is my old one. So I can unlink it from my PlayStation so I can now get the new account in. So I go in there and I finally go to hit unlink, and it's like, cool, you got to verify. And I was like, oh my God, okay, sure, I'll verify again. Go to verify, and that's when I found out that my old account had been hacked, I don't know, months ago. A year ago. It had some fake email address on there, like 50 characters long. And so when I wanted to verify, I couldn't get, it's like, send it to this email, but I don't have that email. I also couldn't change the email address because to change the email address, you have to verify the email. So after all that, I realized I was going to have to then actually talk to like customer service and try to get all this straightened out and explain to them what was going on again. That's when I gave up that night, Anton, and was like, fuck it, let's just play. I'll figure it out tomorrow. After that, how do I make this very quick? I had to get on with customer service with 3 different customer service reps across all the emails. I had to log in. I had to verify. I had to change the password on the COD account. Then I had to go and remove which is weird. I had to remove my actual email address from my Activision account because it was the same as the previous email on the hacked account. So I changed that to a different email address, and then they were able to send me a reset link. So I was able to reset, go in there, line up the passwords, then unlink it from my PlayStation, delete that account forever, and then go in, relink through all the verifications and add my new account and connect it to the PlayStation. And I finally had my guns, and I still suck at COD. That's what I played this week.
That was a whirlwind. We can make a hell of a clip out of that. That was
like, imagine like Guy Ritchie cutscenes right now. And then I fucking told him, like, it's not the right one,
I just have it like blending in, and then it was like, and then once I got through this email, like, and then one,
and it was a pie cake
A lot of
came
things- it was
through.
broken.
just,
I think I skipped some things. There was emails. There was
no, you
like
definitely skipped some things. I could tell that was.
I was like, how do I speed this up? Because when I got to the second day, I was like, I can't do this for the whole pod. But I had to email mad niggas named Jariyam and Ariyam from India, what I assume is India, could be Sri Lanka. Mad conversations with them. They were really great, and it was a weird process, but like,
That's kind of funny because I want to say that like at least you know that they have a good security measure, but then at the same time, I guess they don't because you got hacked to begin with, and so that's why I guess you had to go through that in the first place.
Where's Ricochet?
Right.
Isn't this when I'm supposed to have Ricochet protection? I don't understand.
You're not that guy. You killed the hacker. And he was like, "Yeah, we'll see about that."
Right. So I just thought I'd share with you guys. I've been putting off buying COD because I knew I was going to have to struggle with that to like actually make sense of it. And I've been putting that off for months and months and months, but I finally did. So now when you guys like CODs, it won't take me a day or I'm like, oh, I got to go to my office for that. We can just play real quick. So I'm officially back in the family.
Let's get it.
Good.
That's exciting, man. That's
some water.
It's a fucking blender right there. Jesus.
Getting back on the sticks was a trip. My sensitivity was wild. I can go on, but we'll save that for next week. I'll play a little Splatoon, played a little Call of Duties. I already said that. I'm ready for Zelda. That's all I played that week. Are we ready for topics?
Let's get into it.
Let's get into them. This one was awesome, and you'll love to see it. This, I think, was the best news, and it came in pretty late. I thought this might be another week we did You Hate to See It, because we got some wild news coming on. I got a very long one for you guys, so buckle up for me to just read a book to you. And you love to see it. Best news we saw in gaming this week. Really hyped about this. Nintendo will make a rare, surprising appearance at Gamescom 2023. Who did this come from? This one came from
Polygon.
Thank you, Shad. Coming from Polygon. Nintendo, which over the past decade has opted for YouTube broadcasts over formal participation in video games' major industry expos, said Wednesday that it would make an appearance at Gamescom 2023 in Cologne, Germany this August. Nintendo marketing strategy since 2013 has reshaped how everyone gets their game news, regardless of console. The company hasn't done a live onstage presentation, that kind of glitzy extravaganza that made former Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé a household name since E3 2012, so over a decade. But since then, the company has aired a series of immensely popular Nintendo Direct broadcasts whenever it's had anything to announce. And other publishers and platform holders have followed that lead, most notably, as we covered, resulting in the death of E3. You guys see this? Are we hyped? Are we surprised it's not going to be, they're not doing Nintendo Direct and they're going to show up? This is good news?
I think so. I mean, that's kind of surprising, I think, honestly, coming from Nintendo. Like, why? But, I mean, cool. It's nice to see everyone kind of,
And it says, it's going to come out after the next big announcement is supposed to be Pikmin 4. So Zelda and then Pikmin. And they're like, we don't know what the next Nintendo game is supposed to be. So, like, what's that announcement going to be? So maybe it comes with another big game.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. That's surprising. I guess it's to build some anticipation too. To bring it to it also. I wonder what else there.
I mean, does this hurt? Like, if you're E3, are you like, hey, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, yeah. I mean,
right? Like, I would be very, very tight about this. It went on to say, Gamescom, which unlike E3 is open to the general public, is a different show altogether. Nintendo's exhibit at Cologne will follow the July 21st launch of Pikmin 4, like we were saying. So there might be something new in store. And then more about Gamescom quickly. It's a gaming trade fair and expo that's been in Germany since 2009. Last year, Gamescom's opening night live stream, hosted by Jeff Keighley, revealed launch dates, updates, and other announcements for more than 30 games, including Dead Island 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights, and Sonic Frontiers. So it seems to be, it's a big deal. Obviously we're familiar with Gamescom. I think it's interesting. I really want to know what they have up their sleeve, right? Because
Right.
because they have Nintendo Direct, and again, like, they turn these on. It's not even like a once a year or twice a year. At this point, they're like, we'll do them when we want to. You know what I mean? Like, we can have a Nintendo Direct for just Zelda if we want to.
Yeah.
And like, man, like, the costs are so low. Everything is so different compared to having to go and put on one of these shows. As we covered on the pod, 2 weeks ago, talking about E3, maybe 3 weeks ago, when we really went in depth talking about how it just is so hard for these companies to justify making this. Like, remember we said you got to fly a bunch of your staff out there, hotels, and cost to erect the stage, and you got to you pay agencies to produce the events and all this stuff. It becomes a lot. So interesting, if they're gonna go, they got to have something big. Now, that said, at the same exact time, they're doing a lot. Like, they just put the movie out, they just built a theme park. Like, Nintendo's not slowing down, they're spending. So I don't know, I thought it was pretty awesome. Let's see what they got in store.
That could also be from a cost aspect. Also, now that you mentioned that, they're just like, hey, we don't want to host it. We'll just come and present. That's probably less of an overhead than putting a project together to host a whole convention for their own stuff or anything. They're probably just
Well,
like, let's
that's the
just
thing,
focus
though.
on this and let's just go put a team together to go present some stuff, and then we'll just kind of keep our focus here.
Well, I think the thing is, for Nintendo Direct, is like, it's not a convention. You know what I mean? Like, it's not IRL. They just broadcast it, which is what makes it so easy and so much cheaper. It's like, we can just do this from our office. Like, it's like essentially putting on a big presentation, and then you have everybody else watch it, and you can even, like, shit. You don't even need to do it live. You know what I mean? You can do it on tape delay, so you have an opportunity to change things. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But what I do anticipate is them having something crazy. You know what I mean? Like, some type of crazy something, or else they wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, because I don't even know what, like why are they, huh?
Wow.
We'll see.
Wow.
Shrouded in mystery for the moment. Y'all ready to get into a little bit of industry news? I would say, maybe this is our main story this week. I tried to cut it. Right, I tried to cut down. It was so much quality information in here, and I was like, fuck. I get. We've been covering this story for like a year, so I felt like it was appropriate to go into detail.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's kick
bro.
off. Oh, shit, this one comes from The Verge. Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition is blocked by UK regulators. Microsoft's $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard has been blocked by the UK's Competition and Market Authority, the CMA. After months of analyzing 3 million Microsoft and Activision documents and more than 2,100 emails from the public, the CMA has concluded that the deal could alter the future of the fast-growing cloud gaming market, leading to reduced innovation and less choice for UK gamers over the years to come. Microsoft says it will appeal the decision, but it's a blow to Microsoft's hopes of acquiring Activision Blizzard and will likely prevent the company closing its giant deal if an appeal is unsuccessful. Microsoft has a strong position in cloud gaming services, and the evidence available to the CMA showed that Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision's games exclusive to its own cloud gaming service, says the CMA. Taking off my announcer voice, it sounds like the plan for them there was, like, the CMA is saying, we just don't believe it. Like, we hear what you're saying, but it's just too beneficial for you guys to make Activision games exclusive. We hear what you're saying. We don't trust you. So it goes on to say, the CMA estimates that Microsoft controls around 60 to 70% of global cloud gaming services, and that adding control over Call of Duty, Overwatch, and World of Warcraft would give Microsoft a significant advantage in the cloud gaming market. Microsoft had attempted to address concerns around cloud gaming in the lead up to this decision. The software giant as we covered, the software giant signed cloud gaming deals with Boosteroid, Ubitus, and NVIDIA to allow Xbox PC games to run on these rival cloud gaming services. Whatever. After striking a similar deal with Nintendo in December, these 10-year deals also include access to Call of Duty and other Activision Blizzard games if the deal is approved by regulators. I'm very curious to know, like, do all these deals go away? Like, if I'm Nintendo and then Xbox loses Activision, am I like, so never mind, I'm out? Very curious about that. The CMA says It has examined these deals, but they contain a, quote, a number of significant shortcomings, unquote. In cloud gaming services, the CMA says the deals are too limited in scope, with models that meant gamers had to acquire the right to play games by purchasing them on certain stores or subscribing to certain services. The deals didn't include agreements for Microsoft providing access to these games in rival multi-game subscription services, or the ability for rivals to offer versions of games on PC operating systems other than Windows. As if that's a real... I mean, you know what? Dream big. Maybe we're going to start Mac gaming pretty soon here. PC operating systems other than Windows? Shut up. Whatever. The CMA also noted that the deals would standardize the terms and conditions on which games are available, instead of open competition in the cloud gaming market. They concluded that without the merger, Activision games would become available on cloud gaming services in the UK in the near future. The CMA initially sided with Microsoft over Call of Duty on PlayStation concerns last month, and now states that Microsoft engaged constructively with them to try and address these issues, and they are grateful for that, but their proposals were not effective to remedy the concerns and would have replaced competition with ineffective regulation in a new and dynamic market. Quote, we remain fully committed to this acquisition and will appeal, says Microsoft President Brad Smith in a statement to The Verge. The CMA's decision rejects a pragmatic path to address competition concerns and discourages technology, innovation, and investment in the United Kingdom. Activision Blizzard, there's mad CEOs involved in this. Oh, yeah. Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick says the company has already started work on an appeal in an email to employees on Wednesday. Alongside Microsoft, we can and will contest this decision, and we've already begun the work to appeal to the UK Competition Appeals Tribunal. That sounds mad official. We're confident in our case because the facts are on our side. The deal is good for competition. All right, closing out here. In a media statement, Activision took a harsher tone toward the UK. The CMA's report contradicts the ambitions of the UK to become an attractive country to build technology businesses, said spokesperson Joe Christinat. We will work aggressively with Microsoft to reverse this on appeal. The report's conclusions are a disservice to UK citizens who face increasingly dire economic prospects. We will release our growth plans for the UK global innovators, large and small. We will reassess our growth plans for the UK global innovators, large and small, and they will take note of that. Despite all its rhetoric, the UK is clearly closed for business. This guy takes his cloud gaming very seriously. Forget about Brexit. We need Call of Duty on Nintendo. He says a Microsoft deal will push back the company's plans to try and get this deal over the line by the end of July. That's not going to happen. Microsoft had originally planned to close the deal by July 18th and will now be forced to negotiate an extension to the merger agreement. If Microsoft's CMA appeal fails, or it fails to get approval from other regulators, it will owe Activision $3 billion in breakup fees. Now, that's a breakup. She gets to keep the ring, it turns out. Moving on, regulators in Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Chile, Serbia, Japan, and South Africa have all approved the deal. The EU is set to make a decision by May 22nd. It sounds like there's some people in there that aren't our homies anymore, if I'm being honest. The last I heard about Saudi Arabia, Brazil, and some of these other... Chile is not China, but it's most of the letters. You know what I mean? It's almost it's 3/4 of the way, 3/5 of the way there. I don't know if this is our team anymore. I'm not sure which team we're on. Finally. Microsoft also faces regulatory scrutiny from the Federal Trade Commission in the United States. The FTC sued to block Microsoft's Activision Blizzard purchase last year, and that investigation is still ongoing with an evidentiary hearing scheduled for August 2nd. More details are coming out. I've been reading for like an hour and a half. What do you guys got? Roller coaster ride. Is this changing your life? Are you surprised? Is this, you think it's going to happen? Are we going back? Where are we?
Are we going to get a movie about this? I hope we get a movie in the future about this. That'd be great.
Call Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh my God, you are so funny. Because I just thought Ford versus Ferrari type of cast. You know what I mean?
One of them could be the Xbox dude. One's the PlayStation guy, and they just fucking. And then who's Nintendo? Who's going to be Nintendo? Who's the third? Can it be like I don't know?
Ronnie Chang, Bobby Lee. It has to be something.
I was going to go with one of those white guys like Julie. Oh, I guess that's fair. It should be Asian. No, Hollywood would recast him.
Oh, okay, fair.
Or Dr.
David
Ken.
Cho.
So long, gay boy. That guy's this is hilarious.
Oh man,
I'm so happy you broke that up with some humor because that was a lot. But like I said, it all feels important, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think honestly, like this is going on, like you said, like what our fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh episode covering this, and it's like it feels like there's two things that I've noticed. There's a lot of dudes with like really basic names, Jim Ryan, Brad Smith, you know what I mean? And then other thing too
Bobby.
is yeah, well his last name's kind of like, you know, like 7 out of 10 weirdness, but it's fine. We don't judge him for that. But as far as like the overall, like, are we ever gonna just come to a resolution? Because I feel like every episode we talk about this, there's always something else that's coming on the table. Well, now we got to do this because Jim Ryan's pissed for no reason. You know, he just wants to block it. And now we have Brad Smith just being like, well, you know, why? Why can't we just do this? You know what I mean?
No,
So I
John
don't know.
Hancock's over here.
Calling everybody out.
$3 billion breakup fees?
Why though? Like, what is that?
How do you justify that?
Yeah, like, can we audit that to see like why?
These type of arguments are outside of my tax bracket, bro.
like,
Like, what kind of shit is this, man? Like, I'm watching Succession in real life. I feel like this is who's the Swede in this situation?
Fam, as I'm reading this, as we were getting toward the end, and you know, Shad, like you're saying, we're dropping all these names, and I was like, how rich are these guys? Like, how rich do these guys stand to get? Like Bobby Kotick, when he's like, we will contest and dispute, and we've begun. And I was like, yeah, this guy. If this deal goes through, you will never hear from Bobby Kotick again. Activision Blizzard CEO, you will never hear from him again, and you would never hear from me again either. I'm out. You're like 45, and you're like, I've been playing video games my whole career, and if I get this deal done, I'm buying an island and like I'm going to Antigua. These guys are about to get dumb rich. These individual people, I promise, they're talking about serious money. So like the stress levels must be insane.
But on the flip side, I also get the I guess I don't fully get it, but I get the argument that he's trying to make. I think, you know, what was our boy Jim Ryan, Pam Ryan? What was his name? Jim and Pam. Yeah. Old Brit Jim. Like I get it, but like hold on, let me rephrase this. They must have shitty internet over there or something, because is mobile gaming big in the UK? I assume it is. Niggas getting stabbed over there. Like, niggas need to wake up. There's other shit going on.
Well, wouldn't it be based on like 5G? I think like a lot of it is like based on like 5G. Like a lot of the stuff that's coming out now is like handheld device. Like Asus has one coming out, like a ROG series, whatever, and it has like it's a 5G, so you can cloud essentially anywhere. And 5G technically is more rapid in speed and data, so technically you can get more, you know, than your average like 4G. So you can get into the hundreds, 200s, 300s, like megabits coming in to be able to handle those, you know. So it's possible. It's just like how many places in the world, dumb question, would actually have that type of 5G consistently? You know, you would have to be in with one of those parameters.
Well, I think you guys make us like, you know, that's a compelling argument. Again, this is all based on the UK. You know, I mean, again, you're not wrong. It's a global thing. We talked about Saudi Arabia, Chile, all these places. Also, like in terms of the UK, like they got internet. It's like New York. They got internets over there.
Just mad slow, isn't
it? Also, our boy's name is Brad Smith, and Brad Smith from Seattle. That's the CEO of Microsoft. I don't believe that that's not an NPC. That's like he's all Mr. Anderson. Like Brad Smith is the CEO. I quit the family if I'm talking shit. My in-laws are the Smiths. I should move on.
That guy orders Starbucks from his phone, bro.
Oh,
he
Brad
for sure
Smith
owns a Peloton.
Oh, Brad, don't be talking shit about the Pelotons, all right? All right, we're catching strays everywhere. You know what? Where's the wife? Get the wife on. Get wife on the phone. All right, we're a spin family out here.
It's actually where she needs to go. She's gonna spin class.
I got a real bike, y'all.
I was gonna say we bike. Yeah, we biking all over the place.
Biking. Banton, let's get into these topics because I know you got somewhere to be. If we end up running out of time and you got to go, me and Shad, my boy, we're an all-star team. The way we could cover this, I throw him the alley-oops, he slam dunks, he puts me the golazos, you know, he put pistachio, he puts the pistachio in, I score the, you know, I'm like Holland with my hair down. So we could do this.
I'm like Rooney because I have no hair.
Just want you to know.
I love it, man. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know. right,
are
so I'll
that
go ahead
guy,
and bring
pal.
us in. I'll go ahead and bring us in here. Our culture news: God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. If you don't know, TV series adaptations. I'm sorry, will be similar to HBO's The Last of Us. The forthcoming, and I'm sorry, where's this coming from? Hypebeast, hypebeast.com.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
hypebeast.
forthcoming
Not a usual
series,
contributor for
I
us.
know, yeah, hype.
Hyped.
The forthcoming series adaptations of God of War and Horizon will be developed in a manner similar to The Last of Us, as per PlayStation Productions Assad Quizelbash. Kieselbash. Quizelbash. The PlayStation Productions head recently shared the news via the official PlayStation podcast, stating that PlayStation, Amazon, and Netflix, the producers of the upcoming adaptations, will utilize the same care and formula that we did with The Last of Us, he added. We're going to tell the story of the game because we can, because it's a show. We have the time to do it. We've got the episodes to be able to do it. Kizzlebash continued, we're not trying to cram it into a 2-hour movie. Thank God. You're going to get the story of the game. But we're going to also find opportunities to go wider and explore other characters and do more world building that you can't do in the game because of agency. That's the exciting thing for me. Fans are going to love it because they're going to see that game come to life, but also a lot of new things like what they did with The Last of Us.
My boy
What do you?
Assad.
He's come a long
Sorry
way.
about that.
As
But
you guys can't see, we dropped in the Father of Assad album cover in the chat, which is making us laugh because we lost it at Assad Kizilbash.
yeah, I'm talking about Assad Killzabash, the head of PlayStation. I'm looking at pictures of Assad, DJ Khaled's son, talking about we the
There can
best.
only be
But
one. Who the fuck is
yeah,
we?
how excited are you guys about this? How big is HBO? What do you think? This is dope, in
Bro,
my opinion.
I wanted to ask how excited you are. I mean, again, not all right. Not that we're all of us are video game people. Obviously, we're all TV people. We're all into the lore. But if I was gonna pick one of us to lean into this, and Shad's my God of War guy, but like again, you're really into that lore. We keep going on about HBO, so I felt like this was really exciting, and I wanted to hear your energy on this because I like what they said about that, right? In terms of how we're going to explore, how they want to try and layer on things, and in terms of telling the same story, right? Like, what did they mean when they said similar to The Last of Us? It's like we nailed the fucking story. We picked this game because the story was good, right? That's why that game is like no one's like, oh, the gameplay mechanics of The Last of Us were insane. The graphics blew my mind. It is the story. The stories are so compelling. So they picked without having beat either of these games, but I played them both or the series. I know their stories are absolutely A1. Like I know for a fact. Same thing with like what's the Assassin's Creed, right? Like I know the stories are A1, so no problem there. Uh, and so I think they picked the right thing to lean into, but then how they want to stick that and grow and adapt. So like, of course, the first thing I think of is the Nick Offerman film or episode, right? Like, how do we add things that are from completely outside, or maybe didn't happen in the game at all, or how that young man was deaf in the series and not in the game, right? How do we also maybe change some things to add new character, new story depth, and new character development, and really lean into some of those secondary and tertiary characters or some of the side storylines, right? Like they said, there's some things they can't do in the game because we have agency. So like you can't explore other characters in too much depth because like what if you spend a ton of time on just one side quest and the players don't even take that quest? But here when we can kind of guide you, it's like they're about to take their time to really build something. So I was really excited to see what kind of energy you guys had for it. And then I wanted to ask too if there are any characters or again side quest storylines, worlds, maps, adventures, happenings, anything you saw in the game that you're dying to see adapted, or that you didn't see that you'd like to see adapted. Shad, I want to go with you first. Put you on the spot, boyo.
I think this game, a lot of people love it so much because they kind of have an idea of like Kratos and like where he comes from. God of War, yeah. And I think if you never played those games, this is a great time to learn about God of War because it makes you kind of fall in love with the lore that's previous. Because the lore just goes back years to the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 days. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be good as far as overall cinematography, graphics. We're going to have different worlds as well. We're going to have like Valheim. We're going to have Helheim. We're going to have Valhalla. We're going to have a bunch of crazy like visuals. So as long as the visuals are great and as long as the story is great, which I know it will be, HBO does not miss. I think it's going to be awesome. Just the casting, I'm a little bit worried about, but they haven't really missed with that either. So I'm excited
Dave
for it.
Bautista?
Maybe, dude. Honestly, I'm down for it as long as the story's good and the acting's great. Like I don't even think Dave Bautista is necessarily like a bad actor.
Rock?
The Rock, me. I mean, shit. I'll be, one
Basically,
of them.
that's the same thing. The last two are the same. So
That's
For
so nice
who?
of you to say, dude.
Kratos?
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Nah, they gotta bring old boy. What's his name? Aaron. What's
Aaron
Judd?
Paul.
No. The guy, the voice
Logan
of
Paul.
Kratos. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, is the
Chris
voice of
Judge.
Kratos?
Chris Judge. Yeah,
Is he like?
You think they will?
Is he Diesel? He's like jacked and bald.
he's just big ass like
You ever
black
watch Stargate?
dude. Yeah,
Do you remember
Ooh,
Stargate?
Black Kratos.
He's got the
Yeah, I
little
was
thing right
Stargate.
here.
I
yeah.
just,
Look
oh
him
really?
up.
I watched
Christopher
Stargate.
Judge.
Yeah.
Yo,
forget
Stargate was
his
my
name.
shit. Why
That
don't
was
we
a
talk
great
about
show.
that enough? Stargate Coast to Coast? No, I'm kidding. That's Space Coast. Hey.
Yeah.
Banton for Horizon. I'm talking about SG1 out here, nigga. I know my Stargate.
Yeah, there it is.
Banton, HBO throwbacks, right? Anything for Horizon, characters, storylines, anything you're dying to see? How do they stick this landing? They got a lot of tech. Like they got mechanized dinosaur wolf things to build, right? That's going to be a lot visually.
That was the first thing that came to me. There he is.
Hey,
That was the first thing that came for me when I thought of it. Like, how are they gonna do it? But then I'm like, you know what? They do plenty of live action and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, they'll probably nail it somehow, especially with the budget between those two studios. But
it's going to be AIs.
you know, with Horizon, it's hard. I wouldn't mind seeing probably before everything happened a little bit more on that, like when she was with her family and stuff like that. Like, because it
Right.
kind of just kicks off like the world is just in shit, and they kind of dabble into it. But like, I wouldn't mind seeing like the pre like civilization and stuff like that.
Like
And
before
then,
everything collapsed, basically.
right.
Got it.
And even then, maybe some more adventures with her. I don't know. I haven't played the second one too deep to kind of think of like where they're gonna go full story with that as a show. I mean, it definitely seems exciting, especially from like the mechanized dino aspect of it, and with Aloy and everything. I mean, that's a crazy. If I could be honest, the one that I would be super stoked for is God of War, though, just because of the Greek mythology in it and how far back that spans as well. Like Shadow, like you were saying, Kratos' character development,
Mhm.
like from who he was in the beginning to like who he became in this last like game is like, man, that can make a grown man cry. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
That's where I mean, like it's kind of hard because that's more of like a story, and I feel like Horizon is like very action packed. Um, the story is good, but that's like it depends on like how you play also. Like if you're
Fair.
aggressive and you get into the shits,
Mhm.
because you can just sneak around and not really. But either way, beautiful stories, beautiful worlds, a lot of lore.
Bring back Arya. Bring back Arya to play Aloy.
I don't know.
It doesn't really like the face that like it doesn't look the same, but like
The hairstyle,
it's not
maybe.
going to be Sophie
No?
Turner.
Oh,
She has the red hair, but she doesn't strike me as tough enough.
Yeah, I would need. I don't know. I
That's
need
a
to
tough
think
one,
about
right?
that. Yeah, I need to think about
who's gonna
that.
be Aloy's dad? That's what I'm stoked to see. Is like the relationship of like when she's like
Yeah.
the girl, like outcasted by
Also,
everybody.
Chris Judge. Why not?
Yeah.
I like this. Let's get adventurous. Make them all black.
Like Cleopatra. Let's make him mad.
Cleopatra.
But nah, man. Shout out to HBO though. I really think that this whole comic book era is going to really be coming to a close. Especially, I don't know. In my opinion, the whole Marvel world is kind of burnt out.
It's been burnt out. My boy Jonathan Majors is in trouble. It's done. They're done. Dunzo.
Yeah, these video game franchises are going to be the thing, I think, to connect.
Marvel
Who
and
knows? That's probably
Facebook
why
are
they don't
so-
want them to take over Call of Duty. They probably have big movie franchise or show plans in the works, and they're like, "Nah, y'all ain't gonna own all that. Y'all trying to monopoly the whole market."
Where's Jack Ryan? Let's get Jim. He could be our Call of Duty. He could be Soap. He could be Soap McTavish. I'll watch that.
Solid Snake.
I'll watch that too. Jim
You
should
know?
be all of them.
Yep.
Nice. Well, here, all
what
us.
about this? He could also be this guy.
Who?
This one you're about to read right now.
Oh, let's see. Oh, this guy. What are you talking about? So let me move into our games section. This is coming from Hitmarker. I don't know if you guys. Yeah, I know we talked about the gameplay on this. This is crazy. First-person shooter called Unrecord. upcoming that puts you in the body cam of a police officer. This is some scary footage. This looks good. Where does this go on? Unrecord is an upcoming first-person shooter game that takes a unique approach to gameplay. Developed by Drama, the game puts players in a body cam of a police officer, allowing them to experience the events from the officer's perspective. Set in an abandoned research facility, the game promises to provide a thrilling and immersive experience for players. Unrecord is set to release in late 2023, and here's what we know so far. The game's unique perspective is its main selling point. The player takes on the role of police officer who is investigating the facility. The camera is mounted on the officer's body cam, which provides a first person point of view of the events. This means that the player's movement is limited to what the officer can do, which adds a layer of realism to the gameplay. The game also features a realistic HUD, which displays important information such as the officer's health and ammunition. The gameplay revolves around the player's ability to investigate the facility while dealing with hostile entities that lurk in the shadow. The game features a variety of weapons, including pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, which the player can use to defend themselves against the threats. What did you guys think of this? Are we going to be hopping on
Yo, the views looked crazy,
the
right? And
VR with this or what?
I feel like I sent this to us, and like, not that you guys didn't see it already, but literally when the pod ended last time, like as soon as the pod ended, this is like the next thing I saw on my phone. Like, oh shit. So yeah, Shad's throwing up the trailer right now, I think, and like it's visually striking because it just looks real as fuck, which is it makes it look very uncomfortable. And at this stage, right, we've all seen so many police body cam videos, like that kind of back and forth of their steps, like. We only see these videos when terrible shit's about to happen, right? So like it gives a little Blair Witch style, you know what I mean? It
Dude, you
feels
read my
right
mind. Oh my
right
god.
that feeling of carrying it in the dark with the flashlights. Something just ran across. Yeah, this is wow. This looks dumb scary. I'd be remiss if I'd be remiss if I didn't make a joke about the body camera, of course, turning off whenever the action, you know what I mean, went on, because that's how it happens in real life. But no, I think this looks pretty cool. It's an interesting take. I don't know. I'm not one for glorifying police violence, so I think this is problematic for many reasons. This strikes me as like, I mean, again, they're not even playing up the zombie effect of it. It just looks like they're shooting people. I don't know. Police violence is bad to me. But if I were to take that part out of it, as a game, the concept, it's brilliant. Bravo. You know what I mean? They absolutely get, a hats off for me. It looks visually striking. And what they've done in terms of finding a unique approach to truly change something that we feel we're probably used to, right? This is a concept that's not brand new to us. I'm impressed. Honestly, the more I look at it right now in front of us, Chad, will you turn that down? The more I look at it in front of us, oh, no, all good. The more impressed I am, right? This looks pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah. I saw, I think a couple days ago, a video where the guy that created this actually had to like prove that it was a video game. Like right. He had to have like a live stream and like show people like look, like in the editor, like this is me, like this is the textures, like this isn't a real video. I made this is a video game, because it's just so conflicting. And yeah, that's where I agree with you on it. It's like that's what gets a little scary when it gets between like realism, because like you said, we see too much of this stuff already, so getting a little Black Mirror-y for me.
I'm gonna be completely real. When you sent this the other day, Kevin, like, I looked at it, and the first like 30 seconds, I genuinely thought that like that was like a real body cam like situation. I was like, yo, how is this released right now? And then I looked in closer, like 45 seconds in at that point, and I'm like, oh, this is a freaking video game. I know I went from thinking that it was real to it's a TV show movie to that it's a video game. All like that. I was just like, yo, what is this? I digress.
Would you watch a movie from that perspective?
I have, and it gives me kind of a headache.
There is. It's Hardcore Harry, right?
Is that I think so. Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe? He gets his hands like puts guns on there or something. I forgot what it was. I've seen Hardcore Harry too, but there's another one where Daniel Radcliffe is in like the same situation. Like he meets some girl and he like gets like guns attached to him, and he has to like go on a killing spree. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Weird.
Yeah, it's giving Hardcore Henry and what the fuck was that? That first oh my god, why can I not?
Edward Scissorhands?
Jesus Christ. No, what was the movie that was shot? The alien one? Sorry, it's off. I'm just thinking from like a first person perspective. Cloverfield.
Uh,
Oh
Cloverfield, the first one.
yeah.
Yep.
That movie I thought was going to be amazing, and it was like a.
Yeah. The Paradox one was all right. I thought the ending was good, but the rest of it was whack. But no, this is some interesting stuff. Scary how good we're getting. I don't know. I want to
That's
see
the
this
part that
though.
really gets me, though. It looks really realistic.
The wording they use is kind of funny too, like threats. You know what I mean? Like they weren't calling them like people. I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Sorry, let me there was a little more here. Let me go ahead and close it out. Sorry, we kind of got it looks like the game's graphics are impressive with highly detailed environments and realistic lighting. The abandoned research facility is full of intricate details that make the world feel lived in and immersive. The game also features impressive particle effects such as dust and smoke, which you saw, which add to the realism of the environment. Aside from the gameplay and graphics, Unrecord has also an intriguing storyline. The gameplay takes place in a world where records have been lost and the truth is hard to come by. The officer's investigation of the facility leads them down a path of discovery, uncovering the dark secrets hidden within the walls. The game's tagline, "In a world without records, who will believe you?" highlights the game's theme of perception versus reality.
Maybe it's called Unrecord.
I said unrecord, huh? Yeah, maybe it's unrecord. You're right.
It should be Unrecord, but
but
bad joke.
but nice. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. See if any more gameplay comes. That's some good stuff. Let me see. And I think
Last little one. If you got a few minutes, we can close this out quick. This is
Yeah.
not big news, but it's interesting.
Shat and I were dying about this before the
What a
podcast.
dumbass.
No, sorry, just quick chat. This nigga Shat thought that his name was Browser.
For my life, I was like, it's Browser's, Browser's castle. Browser just stole Peach for no reason. Browser. 3 episodes ago, every episode I've talked Browser, and I'm just like, it must be Browser. And then I look online, it's Bowser. I'm like, who's Bowser? That's the internet search bar. Like that's the internet thing. And they're like, no, that's a browser. No, I'm like, that's Bowser. It's not.
Wait,
so I'm an idiot.
Is that because I put the note in there, or did you?
No, my whole life I've thought that it was.
Oh goodness, that's amazing. Well,
Browser.
you know what? Fucking
English is my second language.
Today, it's a celebration. You know what I mean? We're gonna fucking here. We celebrate you. All right, you're not gonna get shade when you come here. We celebrate those wins. Go ahead, my boy. Without further ado, though, Banton, take us in there.
So, if you haven't guessed, this next topic is regarding Nintendo. Switch hacker ordered to pay $10 million and 25 to 30% of his income to the boys. Nintendo. Also from Hitmarker reads, despite serving jail time, a Nintendo Switch hacker has said that he will not only have to pay $10 million in fines like Red, but also will have to be required to give back that 25 to 30% of his income to the company for the rest of his life. Gary Bowser, a member of the hacking group Team Exeter, stated in a recent interview that while he will be released from jail early due to good behavior, he will be required to pay Nintendo said fees as well as the income for the rest of his days, a significant increase from the $320,000 he reportedly earned while working with the group. Bowser and Team Exeter members Max Lauren and Wanning Chen were indicted in 2020 for selling chips that allowed Switch owners to play pirated games on the console. He was the only one of the 3 to be convicted and was charged with 11 felonies. Bowser's activities, according to Nintendo, caused damages greater than $65 million, with Team Executor making at least tens of millions of dollars in proceeds during its operations. What do you guys think of this? Did you hear about this? You know about this? That's damn.
Did you hear about this? Do you know about this?
That's
I saw this headline like 20 times this week because this guy's an idiot. I have mad questions, but I don't know. This is almost like when our boy Assad came up earlier. I can't get over the what are the odds that this nigga's name would be Bowser? Is that
right.
Nobody else is? That's the part when I was like, wait, really? His name? Are they just trying to make a joke? Are they trolling us?
Is Bowser
being really funny?
Nintendo?
Gary Bowser.
And the only one they got for this was Bowser? I don't know about that. This feels like marketing to me. Everything's a rollout. No, this is crazy though, and I've never heard of something like that where they're like 30% of your income. It feels way too much. Like you're not gonna like I guess you hurt Nintendo, but you're not gonna hurt them that bad. You're not gonna make it up to them. By the time you paid them back, you're gonna like be dead. You'll be dead. Not even. and they will have not even noticed. And again, inflation, like everything's going to go up through the roof. The amount of money you're giving them will change your life and be negligible to Nintendo.
I'm
so
sorry.
That's crazy.
How many people are there that name Bowser that work for fucking Nintendo? Doug Spencer Bowser is an American businessman currently serving as the president of Nintendo of America. What the fuck? How many?
See? Conspiracy. I
He was
told
groomed.
you. The Bowsers. This is a Bowser clan thing. They're on the inside.
The head of Nintendo is a Bowser. The head of a hacking Nintendo group is a Bowser. I'm sorry. There's got to be some relation there. There's no way.
I've seen the Biden tapes.
These random Bowser niggas aren't out here not working together. I don't believe it. There's no way. There's no way.
Bowser. Talk about Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow's in here too? Let me find out. That So Def is part of the Nintendo crime syndicate.
That's hyped, crazy, actually. Right? There's no way.
I don't know. This guy's an idiot though. Like again, all of that just so this is so niggas could play pirated Switch games. This is not so you could play Unrecord early and get a life-changing game. What Switch game is worth this? What Switch game is that much better than any game you could have played on a Game Boy? Like, I love the Switch. I play it a lot. It's not that great. I mostly play old games on it. You did this over Zelda, my boy? Pokemons? You're a grown adult. Ash Ketchum's?
Smash.
That's crazy to me. You're a whole adult. You did this for 320 racks. You're an idiot, and your life is whatever, man. I mean, that's like having shit. That's like being on child support, like on double child support, but forever, and you don't get to have kids.
Yeah, that's some crazy money. That's a dumb. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Yeah.
I mean,
don't pirate and just play. This is what happens when motherfuckers expect participation awards. That's all I feel from this. This is what happens when everyone needs something. When people can adapt to learning
funds,
dude. Come on, man. It's ridiculous.
Just pay the price. One last thing I thought we might take a look at just on the way out real quick is the NFL Rivals trailer that we talked about so much.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Take a look. I did not show this to you last week, right? Because I don't think it was out.
Yeah, I think it came out 11 hours ago.
Well, you know what? Fuck me, right? Chad just hit me with that. Yeah, fam, because it says right on the screen in front of you.
Let him know.
That it just came out.
Hey, just so you know, it came out 11 hours
I'm your biggest supporter, dude. I'm already like level 3.5. Joining your squad.
My boy's going to join the squad. We got your man, Rob Riggle, to do the VO. So, you know what I mean? Everybody get hyped.
I love Rob Riggle, dude.
You know, apparently so does Mythical Games. Hey, screen. I don't want to tip my whole screen. There it is. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. We in there.
Listen up, champ. You think you love football? Scientists say you're on your phone 14 hours a day, but one thing you're not doing on it? Scoring, pulse-pounding, high-flying, game-winning touchdowns. This is NFL Rivals, a heart-racing rush of head-to-head, grab-and-go, gridiron grudge matches. Collect your favorite players, set a lineup that coaches would drool over, then punch it down the field for the TD. Boom! This isn't any given Sunday fun day. This is an on-the-go, bump-and-run up the score on your best frenemy on any day that ends in Y. See? I told you. This is different. Woo! You thought we were done? Oh, please. Climb the leaderboards with weekly events, reap glorious rewards in global tournaments. But more importantly, get petty and settle some scores. Own your team. Own your plays. Own your rivals. Play for keeps.
We out here. So that is the official worldwide launch trailer of NFL Rivals. I'm pretty hyped to play it. Got your boys in the squad. Yep. Ooh, I started a new YouTube video. That scared me. Yeah, I'm hyped. So join the squad. Post gods. No randoms are allowed in there, but y'all two are invited to the squad. I think that's a great way to end the episode.
I think so too, man. Shout out, man. That was a good one. Go ahead and download it. It's in all app stores, players.
Right.
Don't be shiesty. It's free.
I mean, get your gems on. Come through and play. Much appreciated, boyos. Thank you so much for being here again. Subscribe to the podcast. Check us out on YouTube. You know where we are on socials at No Randoms Podcast. Thank you so much. We'll be back again next week, y'all.
No Randoms.